The Dove Network welcomes you to the following presentation of Double Dropkick Podcast.
You know what time it is. It's Tuesday night. For now, it's Double Dropkick night. Rock it out. Topics only show. Coming in to you for tonight. Facebook groups. The good, the bad. All coming to you live through the power of your internet. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you've had a great week since we last saw you. I feel 100% like crap. I'm going to struggle through this show. Maybe we'll get a little over an hour. I'm going to try. I feel horrible. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope the community was great to you for at least a week. We're going to jump into Facebook belt groups. The good and the bad right here live. And I'm going to have a topics show full of it. We're going to go into some groups that you should absolutely stay away and some groups that you should absolutely join. I think with other admins, I'm kind of getting fed up with seeing dumb decision making over and over and over and over again when it comes to people buying belts, and they go and they fall for the same exact stuff, and then they go and want sympathy for it, but you ignored all the red flags. And I love you and I want to help you, and I'm not downing on you, but at some point you got to wake up here and stay out of these groups and stay away from some of these makers and stay away from some of these people that are doing just awful things. But I'm glad to be here with you guys live tonight. It'll be a great show with my main man as always. You know me. I am KEV, feeling like crap Kev. And on this network, my main host. We got a lot of things to come with him as well. So maybe some interesting, cool stuff. But he's always on the rise, hardworking man. And we'll have an announcement here soon. But welcome into the program, my co-host, Mr. Ethan Thompson. Little late, producer.
What is the good word?
Meds.
Is there one really? This week has been just dog shit. Just dog shit. And it's Tuesday. So let's flip it around.
Yeah, I heard your Monday you had to go in even early, like 2 hours early or whatever. Hope you're getting some pay raises over there, bud.
That would have been the easy part of the week, but
Pull your mic just a little bit closer to you.
yeah, there you go. My bad. That would have been the easy part of the week, but we'll get through.
How you feeling?
Physically, I'm fine. It's just a lot of extra bullshit going on right now that I didn't foresee. So, I
Hobby wise or life wise?
Life.
That always kicks you. But
I'm the punching bag.
Well, you're one that I've known has been through an awful lot. I mean, with so many things, from your brother's murder to your father going and your mom going, and then I kind of, maybe not on that level with losing my brother and sister within 8 months, but it's hard when life.
I won't get into it right now, but I'm even adding icing onto the cake this week.
Well, let's hear it. Let everybody help you.
We'll wait till I figure some stuff out first.
Do we need to put you in a U-Haul and hide you for a while and get you on the East Coast?
There might be a relocation involved.
Told you, buddy. Texas, Ohio, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Arizona. Well, I don't know about Arizona. They're kind of going crazy a little bit. But how's everybody else doing? Glad to have you. We got a great topic. You ready for this topic tonight that we're going to discuss, Big E? It's one that's been needed to be said. We've kind of danced around it on from time to time. But first, hey, you guys got to follow me over on the good old thing called the Instagram that we've dived into the past 2 months. Been doing pretty good. Go follow us over at Instagram. We have a great time over there. I get some of my belt pictures for pictures of the week for people that submit them over there, as well as the belt group. But Double Dropkick Podcast on Instagram. Go follow us over there. Do us that, because we're going to give away stuff over there as well. And we do. You don't want to miss a part of it. And also on X, DDK Podcast on X. I give away stuff over there as well. You want to be a part of that, so go over on X and follow us there. We'll have a great and grand old time. And check out our very cool reviews that we do here. We got some new ones coming up as well. Ethan, we do a very different type of review on here. And we're going to be working with Ethan to do some other type of review stuff. But our reviews are a little bit different. We like to get with a top-down camera, zoom in very detailed on all the aspects. It's about the belt, because that's what the belt hobby is about, right? It's all about the belt. I don't want to hear about all your problems. I don't want to hear about all your this. There's plenty of other reviews for that, for your maker. You hate this and you hate that. This is about a beautiful belt, perfect belt. Love it. It shows off all the fabulous details of a belt that we all want to see, that we all stroll through our phones or Instagrams. We love looking at belts, and this is a part of that.
Although I may do a review on this high quality lemonade. It's a very underrated drink. Lemonade. I love me some lemonade.
Just regular lemonade, or is it something else?
That's regular lemonade.
We got the DDK cup. Hope everybody's in there getting off your refreshments over to the DDK bar. Throw up those DDKs, those rock and rolls, because tonight we got a lot to come up for. We also have the DDK belt bar, some belts that are for sale. And we also got a scam report. There's been a lot of scamming here in the past couple of days that still blows my mind. It keeps happening to folks, but it does. And then we're going to embarrass some people with their dumb, bad comments. Bad comments, whether it's on the show or on Facebook. What are you thinking? What are you saying? What in the world is that? We'll talk about that as well. But first, you guys got to check out on Thursday night, Span of the Globe podcast, Wide World of Belts. Get them to 500. They will give away a belt, and I will rig it, and I will win it. I mean, they will give it away. They won't rig it. I won't win it. Span of the Globe podcast every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, on the Wide World of Belts Facebook page. And it's also in the group, the link to it there. But just remember, when it's broadcast in the group and on Mark's Leather page, if you comment on the Facebook page, they will not be able to see those comments. And it's one reason why we don't broadcast our thing in there. Facebook has eliminated third-party apps. So if you use any third-party, even OBS or anything like that, you use a third-party app. If you're not live, only in the group, you can't see the comments being posted, and you can't be a part of it. I've noticed some people do that on their show. They'll be in their Leather page and they'll say, hello. Those guys are not ignoring you. They just can't see your comments, because you just click the link and go over to the Facebook page there. But they've got a great guest that we'll talk about here in just a little bit. Towards the end of the show, we will a little hype up what they've got. They got a great guest the daughter of a legend. They got a great guest coming up for Thursday, and you're not going to want to miss that as well. But let's get over and say hello to all the great folks that are in the house. What's up, Andy Bolger? What's going on, buddy? What's going on? Nothing good, Andy. Nothing good. Christopher Rains, how's it going? Richard Ward, say hello to everybody. There's the main man from Big Bad Belts, one of the groups you should join.
What up, Nick?
Nick Carnival is on there. Nick, if you wanted to drop in, you can give us a hell. We're also going to give out the DDK live network phone. Hopefully it works tonight. It has been working in the past for you to call in and give your thoughts about the good and bad of the Facebook Belt group. But if you wanted to come on, we had some people scheduled for this. They weren't able to be on, and that's okay. But we'll give out that in just a little bit. Hello, Mark. What's going on, Laverty? Hope you're doing good. Things are going well for you and on the up and up and up. Richard Ward, love that man right there. Chris, Andy Bolger, Mark Maggard, all do a great job. There's my main man.
I wonder where Max is.
Nah, where you been at, Max? Good to see you. I never got
kidnapped or not. I was just had me worried.
Hope you're doing good. He's had some interesting belt days and some new stuff that he showed off. Go check out his page for that over there. Great guy. Belt. God, his interview was so much fun. We had him on. Yes, everybody's saying hello into the backs. Hey, this green room is out of coffee. We don't have coffee in the green room. Hey, yes, he's saying hello to everybody as well as everybody does. That's what they do. I need an ashtray. Just do it. Flick it right on the floor, bro. Cleaners will come in, clean it right on up. You don't even need to worry about that.
Vacuum lady, don't worry about it.
Don't even need to worry about it. There's O'Keefe. How's it going there, big buddy? Hope you're doing well. He's doing some great things with his leather work. We got to get him out of being shy so we can get him on the program. James, glad to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing good, man. Okay. Welcome in. Norm, as I say over in the big show. How's it going? Good day at all from Malaysia. Hope everyone's doing great. Can't wait for the Hardy Boys to defend their titles. You're a Hardy Boys fan. Yep, it's going to be interesting. What's everybody thinking of the Elimination Chamber? It's kind of flat feeling going into it. Are we also kind of flat going into WrestleMania?
Very flat, particularly flat.
Are they holding back too much of the stories and we're like, they're going to be great, but we need a little bit of... That segment with Gimme Your Soul thing was kind of...
That was kind of weird. It was just it's a little off the wall for Rock.
Is it corporate? Cody, is Cody going to go? But you could have led in a little bit. WWE, I know you want to hold things to the vest, but it came off a little bit. That's all I'll say. What everybody else think? Andy, love you, buddy. How's it going? Mendoza, the ugly has arrived. There you go. How you doing? O'Keefe saying hello. Bro, I need to make one wrestling ashtray. There you go. Hello, Kevin. Great work with the leather that you put up. Oh, okay, that's O'Keefe. O'Keefe, you need to change your name. We're just going to call him O'Keefe. Everybody getting to know each other in the comment. There's Jason Ortiz. Can't do it without the big man coming in. He is the enforcer at the door. You don't get in without his permission. Hope everything's going well for you. Ben Walker, how you doing? Hope you're feeling good. Send him a get well message. He's been a little bit under the weather. Love you better. Hope you're feeling a lot better. He is. We talked with him earlier. Doing a lot better. We're thankful for that. Can't do anything without our tribal chief doing it. Jerry, what's going on, man? How's he doing, buddy? Making some dinner, watching the show. Appreciate that. Send some food on over. Everybody doing good. Look at there. There's Ben throwing them up. There you go. Throw them up in that chat. Lane, how's it going, buddy? What's going good with you? Yes, everybody in there. He says, keep rocking the gray search. Yeah, Duke. But I'm a little bit stressed. One of our main keys went down with an knee injury. Hope it's not serious because that will derail our chances for winning a national championship. Vinny, what's going on, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Platinum in the house. Can't do anything without Platinum. I appreciate it, buddy. It's just a bad day with feeling and trying to get through it.
That's true.
Can tell it like it is there, Nicholas. Last week's show was phenomenal. Let's do it again. Hey, I hope you did great. It was a great show. Who was on last week? I done even forgot. I'm just kidding. Everybody's looking at me like, are you crazy? We had Matthew B. Goldberg on the show last week.
That is correct.
Toy photographer. Hernandez, welcome in. What a great guest he was. Chris Simmons, all the way from down under. What's going on, man? Broski, hope you're doing well. Good to see you, man. Yeah, we had a great show with him. He's a toy photographer. Gives some unbelievable shots. You got to go check him out. Matthew B. Goldberg, go check him out on his Facebook page and especially on Instagram. He does some really cool things. Yeah, I appreciate it, buddy. Ethan too. Don't forget a big old Hammer in the background does some great stuff for us. Appreciate it, Dylan. We thank you so much. We hope we get you at least out of the way for an hour and a half to 2 hours. Thank you so much. We like coming on here. I like hanging out with you guys. You guys always do. We always what's up, Smith, CJ? We always have fun coming on here, don't we, Biggie? I look forward to this.
It is the highlight of my week.
I mean, I get pumped after I'm done. I'm like, man, I could go another 4 hours. Tall boy DDK belt board for me. There you go. Hit her up. She'll make you whatever you want, and it's all on the house. CJ is the man. Keith, what's going on, buddy? Let's. They're always out. Don't worry, man. Yeah, we are. They're always up there. Mike Nelson, what's going on, buddy? Welcome in. First time commenter. Good looking guy on the picture. I can never be that good looking. Hope you're doing well. Welcome into the program. Hope you're subscribed. Natch, what's going on, buddy?
Going on, Vince.
There you go. Northwestern Wrestling Society. Go over and join that group. Get that group built up. It is not just about Northwest Wrestling. It's about all wrestling belts. If you got wrestling for sale, belts for sale, stuff for sale, go on over there and hit them up. Eric, what's going on, buddy? How you doing, man? Welcome in. The big red beard. We had a great show with him as well. Yeah. The Berg blog on YouTube. Check him out. Does a lot of great wrestling belt reviews. Just had a new belt day as well. The record scratches. Always for you there, buddy. Yes, it is. So, we talk about it a lot, and we get in our groups and we all complain. I think you think everybody thinking he's going to go heel? Ricky, what's up?
Possible.
Looking sharp as always. Welcome in. Does everybody think he's going to go heel? I don't see it yet, because I still think that Roman needs to fight Rock before he goes on his thing.
Yeah,
for tribal. That's what I think. Yeah, I mean, Rock we all know is probably going to go on a movie set here. That's been the rumors and whatever. That he's going to do that. I think them two need to fight. I think Cody needs to turn him down, him to do that, and then maybe there's something where he accepts the deal at a later time to go back at Roman Reigns, and it's all a plot by The Rock behind the scenes. Gave him a deal he couldn't refuse. Got some questions pertaining to this week's topics of groups and makers. Hit it, buddy. We'll dive right into you for Hernandez. Hit us. What is it? We'll hit you, and we'll hit you.
Wow.
Interesting, Stone Cold. Interesting. It was mentioned earlier that he was doing something in the production realms, but it was going to be more of a show. And people were like, why would Fox go in with wrestling with him, whatever, when they already did some stuff. They got out of it with WWE kind of thing, whatever. But he could make an offer to be like, hey, Fox, you own part of this wrestling company. So now there's more things that it might be that it actually was him trying to do wrestling and it's not something production or TV wise. I really would have a hard time believing that he would do that, because I would just see him trying to go by the NWA, and then you've got a foundation to build on. Yep, but it'd be interesting to see.
Take over AEW.
You can go make
people have their name on the bulletin board.
Yeah. Appreciate you, Jason. Yeah, it's interesting. The tallest short guy. Yeah. But who's still worth investing time and money into when it comes to makers? I've defaulted to groups like Big Boys Belts due to the honesty within the group as far as makers. Who's the top 5 right now? Um, to me, I think if you're going to, and I'll let Ethan comment, if you're going to join a makers group, my opinion is understand that that is a makers group. It's solely there for them to be telling you that it's the best belt, they got the best this, the best that, and they're showing off. Now, there's some groups like ORMs and CS that can flex like that because they do. You got a Nawaz who makes a great belt. But it's I think, and this is only for Facebook pages that aren't makers group, because makers group, you're going to get just makers. You're only going to be able to sell their stuff, and some even makers don't even allow you to sell their old used belts because they still want to sell their new belts. They're all about their group, but you're not going to get anything other than them being the best, this, that, and the other. For me, the makers, I think Max is a great maker. I think X-Men does a great job. I think Pinfall Title does a great job. I think CS ORM with Natch does a great job. CS does a phenomenal job on their belt, but their wait time is atrocious, and hopefully that's getting better. Nawaz is also another good maker.
Did you get Altar?
Who?
Altar, Alianis.
No, I've not done anything with him, but I know, understand he's got the good stuff. But what's your comment onto that as far as makers groups ones? I feel like CJ says, as we start to dive into this topic, I feel like if you have issues, you can come online and start problems with people you've never met. That is true. Most of these folks are keyboard warriors that will never. Absolutely, that's 99.9% of them out there. And that's part of the bad of some of these groups is some of these people, no matter what you post, they're going to hate on this, that, and the other. And that's the job of being in a good group, because you'll have good admins. And we're going to show some of these groups that are good and some of these groups that are bad that to stay away from. But that's the key thing, is to, no matter how itchy fingers you got to go somewhere else or to get looped in, I'd say, don't do that, because you're going to get looped in and something's going to happen, or you're going to see a belt that's too good to be true and you think it is, and he's giving you all the right stuff or whatever. And then all of a sudden, boom, it's sold and it's changed the name. And we'll talk about that in the scammer issue that they had here recently in Belt Talk as well, to where, somebody scammed and then immediately changed their name and was still in the group till they finally got, kicked out, but they just changed their screen name. And that's what they do. And a lot of these people in these groups, these bad groups, they're run by scammers, have nothing but scammers in them. And everyone that I've done in here, I have found at the minimum of 10 scammers off of the scammers list that is provided in 2 of those great scamming groups that keep up with them. But most of these people just want to start stuff with, and that's where the admin comes in. You post a good belt day and they're like, is that brass or that ain't the right art? No. That's not a post for you to do that.
And when you're buying a belt, let's just do a little extra and just Google image search.
Mm-hmm.
See if it pops up anywhere. Because a lot of these scammers are just recycling pictures.
Yes, Jason, they do. There are some people that just live constantly in the hobby. They constantly live online. They don't go out and do things. They don't have a real life. They don't have, there's a lot of those people out there that a hobby is their life. Now I understand some people say you got to take things as a hobby. For some people, this hobby, they do have businesses for it. And it's not a hobby for them because they use it as a business, but they do hobby things in it as well. But, somebody the other day said, if you're in this hobby for a business, or the hobby is a hobby, it's not supposed to be a business. Well, for some people it is. For some people, this is a hobby. For some people, it is their business. And there's some people that do great business, like, from Leatherworks to Restone guys to all that stuff. It's a business for them, but it's also a part of the hobby for them too, when they post outside of their group too. But there is so many people that get on here and they try to feel empowered by things, and they try to bully, and they try to, just because they have no absolute life. And again, it comes into where you got to have great admin to be able to, if you're going to crap on somebody's parade, you're going to blah, blah, blah on somebody's, if you think it's a bad belt, and if they stay in the hobby more enough, they'll realize it is, they'll start to see better quality, or it could be the thing of they don't want to spend that much money in this hobby because they have other hobby. There's other hobbies that I spend more money in than I do some of the belt stuff, from guns to knives to golf, collecting, that type of stuff. There's other things for, yeah, yep. I can see that. I can see that. Unique. Yeah, he has had a couple bumps. For the most part, he does a good job with getting your stuff. Walker versus Doza, who wins? Are they going at it in the comments? I'm a pinfall fanboy. I'll admit it. They're doing some spectacular things. That Makers is doing his stuff. To be in the top 5 Makers League stays, the crease series is different from what makes a top maker. For me, a top maker is you make a top quality belt. You're getting it at a time frame that you do, and you're lying and you're not honest. I think it's easy to say what a top maker is. You be honest, give it in the time frame that you do, and and your quality speaks for itself. Even if you sell from other people saying, there's 250, there's brass belts. If the person's bought it and they're happy with it, and you're getting it into the time frame, and you've got no issues, no scamming issues, no payment issues, no weight issues, you're doing great as a maker. For top 5 could be objectionable to what somebody is calling top 5, but I think that's the criteria: is you got to be on time, you got to do the right business, and you got to do it the right way. Like Big Boys belts, championship belt butters, wide world of belts, leathers, wrestling belts, plus yeah. WCW is great. Inner Circle is great, and we're going to show off some of those great groups. If you're going to create a problem and bully, right? Oh, there you go. Yeah, I think the SD, if you're doing Acid Etch HD, which is just, that just means it's bad acid. I think if you want an SD, we need to throw out the term SD and go CNC. You got CNC or you got acid etch. And acid etch should be the deepest, the best, the cleanest acid you should get. What do you think, Ethan?
Oh, no, I agree. SD's a very, 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 very passing thing now. The way these guys are pricing CNC belts nowadays, just do away with it.
There you go. Should there be more scammers? Should there be more scammers, or should there be more groups? I think what you mean. Am I reading that wrong, or
should there be more scammers, or should the good groups post a scammers list at the top of the pages? Oh, scammers group something.
I think that'd be hard for every group to keep up with it because they got other things. I think for the 2 scammers group, they need a continual list to add to, and I think that would be good for it to be pinned to the top of the page, and you just click on it, and he just keeps adding to it. I know in Scammers of the Belt, they have a list that needs to be updated a little bit, but I do know if you'll just take the name and you go into if it hasn't been updated, if you'll just go into that group and type a search of the name, you'll find one that may not be on the list, but somebody's posted an issue about it. That's a good way. But I do agree with these scammers, 2 scammers groups pages. They should have just a list that's pinned at the top and keep adding to it, since that's their only priority is to do that. But that would be kind of cool if they could do that. ORM does a fabulous belt. Yep. What's up, Lyle? How you doing, buddy? Welcome into the program. Good to see you. The best belt is mock belt. So good, brothers.
That's if your name's Tanner.
Yeah. There you go. The group should be fun members. Yes, they do. And that's where, you got to stay out of those groups that are allowed to people just to start drama, start stuff. To stay on top of that and this, that, and the other. The thing that is I want Ethan, for you, before we start showing some of these groups, what are some of the good things out of being in a good Facebook group? What are some of the goods out of it?
I love the for sale ads. I'm always a troll for a good for sale ad, and just the pictures and just seeing the ideas that people come up with, whether it's concept belts or people doing repainting, not spray painting, just repainting belts. All the things of that nature. The leather work. These guys are just laying leather lately, man. These guys are just hammering the hog and just that kind of stuff. And it's just a good way to have clean, non-depressing, relaxing kind of a thing to thumb through.
Right. 412, we're talking about the good and bad of belt groups, and we're going to have a list here to show some of the ones that are good and bad of the group. For me, the good of going in is enjoying the hobby. That's a good part of being in it. Seeing belts that you don't own, being able to do research on a belt that you may want, and posting. I think that it's good when you're doing a reference, being in a group where you can trust what people say, being able to reference somebody. I think the good is having appropriate sales ads, and I think the good of it is making sure that your sales ads are labeled for what the belt is, post a price so that they can't do some of that back. I hate that. I hate not posting a price and somebody gets a different one and you get a different one, and you all to be able to post your price, put whether it's shipping in there. I think it's good for the interaction to be able to know what shows, to be able to know, post your reviews. I think it's great to be able to talk wrestling in these groups and build a community. Like many of us, we're all here brought together by these belt groups. I would have never met Ethan. What was it, 2016?
Somewhere in there.
All these years, if it hadn't been for belts, I wouldn't know half the guys that I do know. And I talk with many of them. Just now I'm retired. I talk with many of them just about every day. Hello in the chat. You can bond great chats out of it. You can have a great a group that feels like it's going to protect you, that the admins are involved, that they're going to listen to you. And for me, I think the good thing is that I'm seeing a lot of these good groups are doing what they did with the sales post. Now I know recently some people have been out there with a bullhorn saying, good luck, trying to sell on things because they've all put it on one thing. Good luck being seen. It wasn't getting seen the other way. Yeah. If you go post a belt for sale, because if you're in a group with at least 2,000 people, even 1,000, man, if you got 20 or 30 people posting a belt for sale every day or every other day, it's going to be buried. And the other thing that's going to be buried is your new belt day, your review, your question. And this is the other thing that I see, and a lot of these people getting scammed because they go out there for reference and nobody ever replies to the reference ad because it got buried by 16 things. I'm not going to look for a belt for sale and have to go through 30 posts and not knowing where it's ending because, if you comment on a lower post, it's going to be put up higher and this, that, and the other. The thing that I like, and we do at Wide World, I think Big Boys Belts is doing it, and I know a lot of other groups are doing it too. How is it hard to go to one post, even if it's every single day, that's where all the belts are at for sale. You scroll through there, even if it's 100, where they're at on that one post, and nothing's jumping up in front of each other. And there you can have a discussion. Everybody can see it. You can easily say, hey, can you send me more thing? You got the price, right?
I 100% agree. It's just easy. It's central, and there's just no headache.
It just makes it a whole lot easier to do when you have that. And I think that's another good thing that these groups are going to, because you can see it all. And a lot of people also don't understand, because they don't usually run a group or keep up with a group. It's easier for the admin to make sure everything is okay. One can slip in there that's from a scammer, or and they might not know unless a community lets somebody know. And it may be an hour later to where somebody's already gotten scammed, or they didn't post a picture, or they didn't coin it, or they didn't do this, or they didn't do that. If it's all in one place, an admin can keep going 2 or 3 out the day, or the moderator or whatever can always just click it and scroll down and see, okay, everything looks good. He doesn't have to go through 200 things. I mean, it takes a long time to try to scroll through everything out that's being posted in a day.
But if you notice, a lot of these groups that are more organized, they have far less riffraff than the other groups. It's just hand in hand.
That says makers like ORM, CS, Alter Belts will change because of the expensive pieces of machinery they create expensive automatic. I agree. That is true. Makers, new kangaroo. Anything? What were you saying just a minute ago?
No, I was just saying, the more organized groups that are out there that are organized, they got good moderators. They got their stuff in tight. There's a lot less riffraff. There's a lot less scammers. There's a lot less just junk going through their pages.
Yeah, and Deuce is right. Here it is again. I like one sales post, even if you do it every day. I also like so that you can catch some of these makers, because there's a lot of makers in these groups that hide under real names, or that hide under a fake name, and they've built that profile up, or they've even go as far as buying a profile from somebody. I say, and people try to find, like in Wide World of Belts, we want to make sure everybody's in there is a maker and this, that, and you need to tell somebody whether you're a maker or not. But I think it's also good to make one that's for makers, and then your makers have a post, and then they have a post each, even if you do it every day, or if you do it 3 times. I think every day is kind of oblivious. 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or whatever you want to do. I think if you make a makers one, then you can find out who's not, because if somebody comes to the admin, hey man, this guy sold me a belt, and it turns out I found out that he was a maker and he was in here underneath that net. It'll out who is a maker, because it'll force them to go over there. Or if they're trying to sell in the non-makers post, just regular people's post, and somebody finds out about it, you're gonna get kicked out of the group. You can find out it's a fake name. You can find out a whole bunch of stuff. I think it's great to sidle it, because it'll start to make these makers stop with the fake stuff. You don't have to. I don't get why so many of these makers, unless they're the bad ones, have to come in with fake names. And a lot of them join just to be able to pick off your list so that they can cold call them. And we have it in a rule, and I know it's a couple other groups. In ours, if you get cold called by a maker or by a person, and they're in our group, and it was done through there, that maker's gone. If we find out who's cold calling, we don't allow cold calling in our group, or to be able to pick off our people in our group to just be able to hit them up for that. Yeah. And a lot of people have done it, and it also serves a purpose. And I think it's also helped Big Boys Belts out, is the Facebook algorithm, getting it to knock down on these posts, because Facebook, when some people, we had it, what was it reported? The trademark stuff got popped up and a couple things happened. It also keeps that down too, because the algorithm works different for comments than it does main post. And I've been told by that, but somebody who works at Facebook, it works completely different. So putting all these sales in on the comments helps avoid that, helps avoid your group get a scratch or a X as well too. Yes, you use the search feature. Yeah. 412 says, if you were to start a collection, what is a must-have belt to have? Is this Gianni? And where would you start? Because 4112 is Pittsburgh. If you were to start a collection and a must-have belt to have, and where would you start?
That's up to your discretion. I mean, I can't be like, you're gonna get the Winged Eagle and that's it. What do you like? What's your favorite belt?
Yeah, I would say your favorite belt. If you're asking us kind of what's the standard and a must in a collection, I think you need to start out with a Winged Eagle, an IC, a big gold, an NWA TV title is mentioned, but I would, yeah, I'd go with what you liked as a kid. Far too many people try to collect off of, what everybody else doing. What did you like? Who did you like growing up? What was the first belt that you noticed growing up? And it says, and where would you start as far as not going through Facebook? If I was going to buy a belt and not use Facebook, or Facebook, not buying in a belt group or buying from a maker, then I would go to shop. I would stick with a shop, and then you'll never have any issues. If you're going to buy, in the Facebook groups, stick in the groups that we're going to stick around to tell you what we recommend as far as some of the good groups. Hope that answers some of your question. And BBB, Nicholas Snick says, we do a sales post once a week, every Wednesday, noon, and Saturday. Nick, if you wanted to come on, hey, let us know. I can send you the link. There you go. No, if that's what you want, and it's it's just all elite belts, then go for it. That's what they're they had got away from it, and I think they're now getting back to it. But if that's what it is, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a niche group, just like if you're going to have a group that says it's all CS belts, or that's absolutely. But no, they're an interactive community, and they're all elite belts. And I forget it's CS, ORM, or high quality.
Yeah, the higher end or American.
Yeah, there you go. The higher end quality, or this, that, and the other they post. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. If that's what, that they wanted to make a group for. But they'll also say that, that doesn't mean that they're going around hating on anybody that does. They're just a group that wants to see nothing but all elite belts and all the best belts and all the best makers. And absolutely nothing wrong with that. All I'm saying is I don't like to see people in other groups, going into another group and crapping on somebody's new belt day just because it's a $250 belt or it's used or beat up, and you're trying to ruin that person's new belt day. That's what I'm talking about. But no, all elite belts is a group, and that's what they are. They're for all elite belts, the best of the belt, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I think it'd be cool to see some groups out there that are just for Reggies and just for Millikins. Then you can see what everybody's got. There you go. I'm about to sell my brand. There you go, Ricky. Let us know how they're doing. But yeah, it was how can I say it without saying who? Yes, it was confirmed by this maker that he did that, and they would take that and they go join other groups, and they would get the list of the people that they knew were buying belts in that group, go back to their maker profile and start cold calling these people, because a lot of people do buy belts off of cold calling. I would never. It's a smart move. Ricky, let me know how much you get. Hey man, Kevin, what the hell are you? When the hell did you start wearing sandals, man? When'd your feet, Kevin, get brown taking belt pictures? But I appreciate Ricky reaching out to Dan and let Dan know we weren't trying to start anything. It was just, it stems from, there was a live the other day that somebody talked about to where, you shouldn't be making money in this hobby. It's four things. It's a hobby. And then I think something else was said to the effect where, I think later on in the live, it was something like, well, if I had a group and you're selling in my group, I want to get a piece of that sale. I don't agree with that. I mean, that's why would you have you're going to charge people to have a group or something, or to sell in your group?
It would be so nice if you when you joined a Facebook group, if it gave you a group ID or a group added to the group name, where you can do a review or have like a 5-star rating, 4-star rating, whatever, and just have a little review in groups. That'd be real nice, like they do on the Facebook marketplace, but do the same thing in groups.
We need a dedicated belt sales group just for that championship belt flea market on Saturdays. there is a what was that one? There is a maker sales group that's just for makers that was created not long ago. I sent the link to Nick. He wants to come on and talk about some of the stuff that we are. People have gotten angry in the sales things that we've implemented, but I'm trying to keep it thing. I don't understand why they get mad. It's the easy place for everybody to go. Now you got me on the soapbox. I'm gonna get on it. You shouldn't be stupidly mad about it, because everybody knows to go. Your sales post won't get buried. You won't get a bunch of crap on it. You won't get a bunch of makers hitting you up from crap. When you make a sales post, every time I sell a belt, the makers are boom right on there trying to get me to buy something because they know It keeps your belt group safe. It keeps the wording out for the Facebook algorithm. It keeps a lot of things easier to done. But if they don't like it, then they can go start their group and sell it. It was just a suggestion. Nobody has to follow it or do it. Yeah, the big green. Vinny's the king of the big green. Yeah, Ricky, right? Oh, the blue. Okay. I know Shop doesn't sell that one. I do want to Shop Crown. It was that all gold looking one, kind of like the NWA tag that has a big eagle on it, has some stones on it. Yeah, that's what would be great. I'd like to see the Shop make some other belts. What's up, Chris? How you doing, buddy? Yep. Trying to catch him. He's coming, y'all. And this comment is hot, man. I can't even get to the stuff. Everybody's saying about you. Okay. Yeah, I'm okay. I don't like it, you know. But anyway, now we were talking about the good and some of the stuff that groups are free to make. Yep, it's not an exclusive club, and that needs to be. You're exactly right. It doesn't, and people need to understand that. They also got to understand that the admins have control, and if they don't want you in their group, they don't want you in the group. Don't get hurt about it. There's been a lot of people here recently that have got really, really hurt over being removed from groups. And I wouldn't want to be in a group that somebody didn't want me in. People can disagree and not get along and this, that, and the other. That's their thing. But also you can understand that there's rules of a lot of these Facebook groups that if you ban an admin or have them on the ban, they're not going to let you in the group. And that's just a common rule across many of the groups. I wouldn't agree with it either because we post sales like 3 or more different groups. So how can they prove it was sold out of the group and not in the other group it was posted in? Yeah, that would be true. If you were to, that's what I would say. If you were to, say that you got to charge, into the group, how would you know it was even sold in yours? It was just a weird thing. But I do understand that, it is a hobby for some, and some take it and they have it as a business. Case in point, we're just talking about Dan. He does it for a business. He does it for a living. He makes some beautiful and great belts that he does for his business, but it's also a hobby to him, and he's involved in the hobby side of it. There's Hernandez, who is involved in the hobby, and here's Mendoza. There's a lot of people that make money in the hobby for some things that they do, but it's a hobby for them as well. I'll look them up as long as they're fight night. If anybody can give things on their fight night, welcome in, Jay.
It's Sammy Malik. He used to do pretty good work. He's kind of got left in the dust. If you want that 3 to 350 range, go ahead, hit up Nawaz. Nawaz and his SD. That's your all day.
More people watching now than AEW, and that's sad. I wish AEW would be back. I can't even catch up with these comments. You guys, Attitude Era is back. I guess we're now getting to the point where everybody was, just don't come in my thing and we'll jump back in the cover. Kevin's cutting the promo. It just, it's just. Say, hey, I'm glad I got it to you. Just wanted you to get the information right. You didn't. All the groups have scammers. Oh yes, that happened the other day when what was it? What group was that in? That was in Belt Talk, right? The dude got mad because of the belt and ended up apologizing because it was just I did want to make a good point on that. When you buy a belt and you sell a belt, especially if you sell a belt, ask the person, do you want insurance? Would you like for this to be overnighted, or who would you like for me to use? And give them the options that you do use and don't use. Ask them to pay for it. Ask them to pay the extra. That way, if anything happens to it, you have a notification that they decline this, they decline that, they decline that. And don't be upset to people. And right now, UPS has some major problems going on, and hopefully they'll get that fixed. But don't get mad at the person for UPS's problem. That's not their fault. That guy did not scam that guy, and it was proven it wasn't. I forget, what the situation was. Flair sucks. just right out of the blue, you got to love Keith right in the middle of everything. Flair sucks. I'm scared tonight. No, I'm over it. I'm done. Yeah. Got to reboot back in 5. Okay, Nick will come on because we got some questions about
Microsoft.
If he hears that, he's going to repeat.
It's too easy.
Vinny says, I've been booted out many times. Maybe one day I'll get a parole. I was banned from a few groups and didn't remember what it was. I would love to be a part of Facebook groups, but I don't feel comfortable on Facebook, and I work for a private company that has a strict social media policy. Well, I can understand that. You wouldn't have to post any, personal information. All the Facebook groups is about, posting your groups, enjoying your belt day, having a great discussion about wrestling, showing off wrestling, and the great memories that these have. That's the fun of it. That's why I like it. Kevin needs to pay somebody to keep it. I ain't lying, man. They were flying off tonight. They were flying at 50. Yeah. And now that we've gone over some of the good aspects of some of the stuff. Ethan, before we show some of these groups, what are some of the bad things about being in some of that you got to watch out for in some of these bad groups? Not some of the good groups, but some of the bad ones.
Again, it goes back to how well the group's organized, because you get into the disorganization, you get moderators that don't really moderate. They kind of want to rule. They want to be the ironclad fist for no reason. You get
helping out guys.
Again, they don't filter scammers. They don't kind of profile check when they're accepting requests, and it's a lot of those things. Again, it's just it goes to the uncleared side of things. It's just no organization, no real authority.
Welcome to the group, to the stage, Nick Boy's Belt. Nick.
What's up, guys?
And for everybody out there watching,
is kind of interesting. I'm not gonna lie,
but we were talking about the groups, and we were talking about some of the good and bad things about the Facebook, and then we were going to give some of the groups that you need to stay away from, some of the groups that you need to join, and that type of thing. We were talking about the bad part of the stuff on Facebook groups, and this is not the groups I am. You got to watch out, because in these bad Facebook groups, they have a bunch of picture thieves in there. They'll steal your pitch. These makers will steal your pitch, and then they'll go and use it on Instagram.
Yeah,
it's really good to put, to watermark it, and watermark it across the bottom of the thing. You can watermark it where it'd be difficult for somebody to try to erase it. Watermark some of your pictures. But if you're in good groups, I've never had that happen with mine. I've never had anybody tell me in any of the groups that I'm admin in or do. I'm sorry. I'm glad that was funny for y'all, man. It's always Ricky. Ricky's a good dude. He was yeah. What were we just talking about? The bad with the stuff, they'll steal your pictures. You got to worry about that in some of these groups.
Mm-hmm.
You got to worry about them when in some of these groups, that people are always going to start stuff. They're always going to down on your belt. So look down on your belt. They'll want to go on your belt day. Some of these bad groups also, you'll get in there, and some of these people will steal your pictures. They'll try to steal your profile. They'll try to steal and make a new profile after you, especially if you have a good reputation. They'll try to do that. A lot of the hobby stuff is drama in some of these groups. Not all of them. That they won't, squash the drama or squash the fighting. Some of these groups won't allow you to post certain belts. My thing is I don't care if it's a political belt. If you're not making it a political post, you should be able to show it, whether whoever side of the aisle of the belt is, whether it's a Republican belt, an independent belt, a Biden belt, a Trump belt, a Kamala belt. Just show off the belt. You don't have to get offended at everything else. But if you don't like the person, that's fine. But you can't agree that who was it that had posted a Trump belt?
Carmine.
I appreciate it, Mike. Yeah, I mean, this show's about the hobby for the hobby, and we try to give help to it, and this channel has grown immensely here in 6 months with 1,300 subscribers, and we like to have people on that are about the hobby for the hobby, and we try to do all that, and we try to stay on top of everything, including scammers and stuff like that. But name some of the bad stuff that you've seen, Nick, in some of these bad groups.
Yeah, so I've seen, you said stealing people's profiles. There was somebody in our group who was posting a lot, and then he let everybody know that, hey, someone stole my profile. It's in some of these scam groups, and it's a picture of them with a belt and a totally different name. So that's pretty crazy. But I will say to everybody out there, Big Boys Belts is 5,000 members now, so thank you for that. It's tough for the admins in the garage.
Give him a hand for that. Give him a hand for that. Give him a hand for that. And only 999 of them are makers.
Yeah. No, we have no makers. So it's tough though for the admins and mods to police everything. So just be patient.
That's smart.
I think we may add another moderator. You will not be paid, nor will you have to pay me for anything. So I don't know. Hit me up if you want to be a moderator. I might be auditioning people, I guess, if you have some time. I'm really busy, traveling a lot. Chris is busy. He's got a promotion with work. So we'd like to see if anybody can help out in BBB, because we're getting a lot of attention, a lot of members. And Dav, I just want to say thank you for giving me the idea to do the weekly post, because there was so much on there. It was all sales. And people were like, your group used to be cool. We had new belt days, we had pictures, we had wrestling news, and now it was just all sales. I'm like, man, what am I going to do? It's pretty obvious. I appreciate that suggestion.
Yeah, you want the sales, but as from somebody who, I'm an admin and in 2 other groups, and you want to find that wrestling news. You want to see everybody's good belt days. You want to see everybody's reviews or everybody's wrestling figures or wrestling topic. And when you start to become a group that has 1,000 or more, and now at 5,000, you are going to get, it's going to get buried. Everything's going to get buried. And people are like, oh, this generation has an issue to where everybody's attention span is short. And after about 2 or 3 scrolls down, you're what? It's nothing but sales posts. I ain't, going. Or the new people in the hobby always tell me like, I did that, but nobody liked I understand, toughen up a little bit and keep posting. You'll get some likes on it, but people do get disheartened when they have a new belt day and nobody even says congrats. I don't care where I see it. I make it my point every day to try to find somebody's thing and say, congratulations on the new belt day. I'm happy for you, to set and the other. It makes people feel bad. And that's what we all want. We want interactions in these Facebook groups. We want people to post. We want people to be a part of it. We want people to feel safe to post stuff. And that's the part of it. And in some of these groups, you're not going to get that. And most of these stuff in these groups, you're going to see that have 5,000 or 6,000 members. And if you scroll down on some of these groups, there's no likes on anything. Yeah. And it's nothing but foreign makers posting. And if you post in there, your pictures are going to get stolen, or your profile is going to get stolen, or you're going to get cold called up the wazoo. And that's what one of the problem is to it. Yes, he is. He is a ding dong. Y'all are having a blast in the hello, Johnny. Hail to Pit. If I took that bet out of one. O'Keefe, I told us Amazon. Ooh. Some people have good luck on Amazon. I wouldn't trust it just because the pictures are never really what the product is. There you go.
Yeah.
And we had we missed Twisted Steel. He did a live the other night, and he was telling that hopefully he's going to get back into things, and that was cool.
Yeah, let me put a disclaimer out here, Dav. The opinions of Twist Steel do not necessarily align with me or BBB. That's just him going off on a tangent, which is all good.
That had nothing. That doesn't. I mean, he needs to. That's Twisted Steel. He's going to tell you. He's going to give it to you. But I liked his video because he was arguing on the one point, and then he convinced himself to change halfway through. That's what I thought was funny. I was like, man, the dude just flipped himself. Nice.
Yeah, he had a debate with himself. I'd say he's a master debater.
I was watching a podcast a week or so ago. A close guy to the show got pushed into purchasing over $5,000 worth of belts. Can makers be that horrible and take advantage of people like that? Well, I'll say this. They can't put a gun to your head all the way in Pakistan. You have to click it and you have to accept it and buy it.
So the part of that story is, and the maker did weasel him because the maker knew, hey, $500 a month, $500 a month, and he's on the hook. And for the guy to say yes was absurd, but yeah, just a bad story.
Yeah. And that's screwed up, O'Keefe. And I hope the admins will see that and remove it. That's what I'm talking about. That's why if we don't police ourselves and call out somebody saying, hey man, he's just posting a new belt day, get off his back. We're going to be a groups with nothing but sales posts. That's all it's going to be, because nobody wants to, because everybody's going, oh, it's always drama. Somebody's always picking on me. Yeah, we got to grow some tougher skin, but some of these new people don't want to be jumped in when they know nobody. Nobody wants that. I wouldn't want even that. Yeah. Yeah. Expected. No. But no, that mean, I guess but I still say, you know, that the person accepted, you know, they still accepted the terms, and that's unfortunate. But yeah, don't expect a maker, like Ethan said, don't expect a maker to make a deal that's not going to be good for him. Don't expect him to add on to it.
People got to understand how much the currency exchange is in USD from I think they're rupees, and the amount of money $5,000 in. So rupees, one rupee is worth 0.011 cents. That's one rupee. So $1 to a rupee. That's 87 rupees for $1. And you can watch videos online on YouTube. You can go down there market and you can buy drinks and popcorn and this for 12 rupees, 15 rupees, 30 rupees.
Let me say this, guys. Even more than that, I just looked it up. The average hourly pay is $3.52 in Pakistan, which equates to about $7,300 a year. $7,300 a year is the average salary.
Yeah, and that's a day he's talking about, not an hour.
So
right,
a year, $7,000 a year. Hourly is $3.52, and people make it's on. If you do a Bing search, because I use Bing.
Bing. So we were talking about the good. I wanted to give you the chance, Nick, as another one that give us some of the things that you like, that you see on the good parts of the good Facebook pages. What do you like, the good parts that you enjoy?
Well, just like the hobby in general, you know, I met some really cool people who are legit friends. You know, Chris and I met through this hobby, where he's one of my best friends. We started working with X-Man too, so there's that's kind of our fun side thing. But I mean, shout it out in the group, in the chat. I met a lot of you guys in person, which is super cool. Learned a lot about wrestling. I know, like, watching your show, Kev, and you and Ethan really know your stuff, and then watching Spanning Globe with Maggard. There's some great information and people who know, you know, the history and things like that. So just learning about wrestling through the groups is great. And then just interacting with the people, whether you, like I said, you've met them or become friends with them, just saying, oh, I know that person's cool. And then learning a little bit about them, where they come from, learn about different people from other parts of the world, even, right? We got people from all over. So I think that's cool. The more you know about people, and the more you talk to people from all over, all walks of life and all backgrounds, it just makes life better, makes it more fun. So that's what's cool. Yeah, the camaraderie. There you go, Mark. You picked the right word. The wordsmith, Mr. Mark Maggard.
Yeah, that's what, you know, makes some of the. And the good part is seeing people's belts. I love seeing people's belts, and I try to get it through people's. I don't want to post too much. You can't post too much. I don't care if it's the same belt every day. Take a picture of it in a different place. I love seeing belt pictures. That's what has made Instagram so popular. Just because it's just pictures. It's just pictures. That's why a lot of these belt groups these belt guys on, like the Gambino and the belt guy Gambino and King Colas, what makes them popular because they're all about the belt pictures. And that's what I like to see about and the engagement and the talking and then the wrestling stuff. I just don't want people to get crapped on just because of what they decided to buy the belt and the price of the belt and who they bought it from. Now that doesn't mean, certain groups that are all for the top belts. There's nothing wrong with that. That's great. I'm talking about if you go to a regular group and somebody's downing on somebody just because they bought a belt that's less expensive or it wasn't a CS or it wasn't a Reggie or it wasn't this. That's just, not cool to do.
Well, and let me add though, sometimes people want to know. They're like, hey, what's wrong with this belt? I'm new. Could I get better? Here's what I paid. And then it's like, in BBB, people are like, all right, well, you want us to tell you real? You asked for it. So, the edges are good. The etching's off. The edges are bad. The etching's off. The artwork is way off. I'm not a stickler for perfect artwork because who knows? There's 1 million variations of the winged eagle at some makers. But if things are off and they want to know, because people want to know, right, and be educated. And then my first batch of belts that I got since when I started getting Pakistani bootlegs was far different from what I have now. And then look at how the replicas have increased too. Like the shop replicas were the Figs ones were a lot of good memories, but they weren't great. But look at the ones now. I mean, look at the new tags and the Crumrine even and the US title. We've come a long way. So that's a cool part too, educating people who are new.
O'Keefe and Keith in this chat all night long have been hilarious tonight. Nick is one of my brothers who I see at least once a year along with Chris and Forms are concerned they're both class act.
Thanks, Johnny.
Andrea, how you doing, sweetheart? So here's one of these groups, and all these groups that I'm getting ready to show, and you guys can add into some groups here too. But these are groups that I have found active fake profiles in. I've found active scammers in, and it's just they're full of some of the whoa. What was this? And I advise people to stay out of some of these groups. And this is my opinion. This is Double Dropkick's opinion. So if you want to be a part of these groups, that's your opinion. But this was one that I found, and all of them I found at least 10 examples on this. And I've spent, like I said, a while on this stuff because we've gone back and forth in our DDK family about doing this program. We've dabbled on it, but all wrestling belt collectors. It's a private group, as it says here. This is one you need to stay away from. It has a ton of scammers in it, and you need to stay away from this one. Let me see which way I need to go on this. Is it right or left?
Ethan, I've got the hood on for you, man.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
United.
Okay. Here we go. This is the other one that I actively found a bunch of scammers in. This was loaded with them. This is Wrestling Belt Collectors Buy, Sell, and Trade. This one I could have the whole first page of just typing in, the several and I found multiple. There was one profile, and I'm not going to say the profile's name. There was one profile name that I typed in, and it was in there 23 times. 23 times the same picture, the same profile, and it had the same name, or it was changed, the first or last. This one, you better be careful, and this is what I'm talking about. These are groups that are going to steal your pictures. You're going to have problems. You might get a great belt out of it, you might not, but you better be very, very careful of this group. There you go. Yeah, Pinterest is a cool place. Thanks for the information. I really enjoy the show. Hey, appreciate it, 412. Thanks so much. We keep coming back in. Make sure you're subscribed. We're going to be giving away a belt soon because we've hit over the 1,000 in there. Kevin, put your hood on. Okay. Oh yeah, everybody's got the hood on this. Yeah, mine's a basketball hoodie, so it looks kind of retarded. It's a basketball one. Who is the creator of these groups? I don't know. Oh, look at this. Everybody knows this one. Hands down, the worst group ever. Everybody knows this one.
That one's hilarious. That was made by some makers, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, everybody, but I think
that I forget what quantity.
Yeah, that one. wrestling belt collectors. It was made by, I think, a Pakistani, either a fake profile from Pakistan, and it's all scammers. It's some of the stuff's hilarious that they scam with the spelling and everything.
No, that's another group. It's another group. No, that wasn't a CS one. No, that wasn't a CS one. The other one that had a bunch of them in there is Wrestling Belts Buy Sell group. This one here. Now it's a public group. It has over 20,000. You might have some great interactions. You might not. But this group had a ton of them in there. This had the second most, of course, because it's got 20,000 members in it. But there might be some good people in that, and there might be a lot of great people in that one. But once again, I would not want to be in a group where a bunch of pictures, whatever. There were several people that told me this group stole the pictures, contacted the admins. They said, "What do you want us to do about it?" 2 other incidents of picture thieves in this, and 2 other people had 1, 2, 3 scamming issues out of that. Bought a belt from one from a maker, one from a guy, never got either one of the belts. So I would say, until they get on there and on a public group, you're going to have that. That means that they let anybody in. They don't vet anybody. When you have a group that doesn't vet anybody, you are gonna have a problem. I had that group steal my photos. Yeah. That would be interesting. Yep, because it's public. Not yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that, Steve.
And I was just scratching the surface. And I mean, there's more groups. Once I start diving into this topic, I was like, my God, there is a lot of bad groups out there. I couldn't believe how many bad groups. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it, but I haven't had anything like that happen. Another one that I found a bunch of scammers in again, and just tons of. This one was so full of makers that it was, and 17 scammers, makers that are in that are on the scammers list and the scammers group. 4 of them are in what's the other scam group? The guy that runs the profiles on it. What's that?
Guido. Belts Most Wanted Scammers.
Belts Most Wanted Scammers. Yeah, 4 of the makers from this group are in there.
Really?
So this is one you might want to stay away from. It's WWE Title Belt Collectors Group. This is something you might want to stay away from as well. There you go. Admins are dead. There you go.
Yeah, he needs to get out. And
looks like Mock Belt is an admin of the Wrestling Belt Group. There.
Oh, there you go.
And they better quit letting everybody in their group. And everybody, you want to tell about Mock Belts there? Anybody?
You got a very sketchy people, very sketchy maker. Like I said, I always make the joke, unless your name's Tanner, you're going to have a situation.
This was another one, just labeled Wrestling Belts. This one, I just about gave up because it was like 60% foreign makers in it. One of the admins of this group had 16 profiles, different profiles I found around Facebook. It's had some issues too, and these are all, there was so many scammers as well in this group, and so many unlisted, not so great makers as well. Another one that you got to be careful of. This one was recommended to me, and when I tried it, and I tracked it and looked, and people sent me some stuff on this one. Championship belts. This one was another one that had full of issues as well. You need to stay away from this group as well. And this is the one, M&N Belts. This is the one that stole. Was this the one that did Hammer? What did they do to Hammer?
I'm not sure. I know they got a couple of.
Let's see, what was it in? Hammer told me about it. Hammer, maybe if you're watching, you could put it up again, what you said that they had done. Trying to look here on the thing. Ethan, do you have any groups that you that I missed in here? There's more, and we'll keep continuing to add some more. But those were just the ones that I saw, and I found that as I kept looking, it was just like, man, I could have at least 50 to 60 on here that were just full of so much bad stuff.
Yeah, no, I tend to try to stay away from the riffraff. So, like, I'm only in a few groups. So, those groups that were posted is basically the ones that I know. You know, they're well known.
Yeah. Nick, did you have any that you wanted to before we get into the good ones?
No, I think you nailed it. You got a bunch that I've seen. Some of those are hilarious. I joined them just for laughs, but yeah, you got them, man. Pretty good research, Kev. You should be a detective.
Well, I think I was at one point.
Many years.
Not a detective. The thing that I found, and you guys can also hit some groups in there. They took photos from there it is, the M&M belts. They took photos of the AEW replicas. They stole pictures from me, M&M belts. So I'm not going to recommend them. So stay away from them. Hammer's one of the nicest guys in this hobby, and for you to do that is pretty crappy. There's you two are just. I was told it's rich. Yeah. Can someone help me please understand how in the heck Dan gets all his money for belts? If you watch his videos, he does more press on leather instead of actual leather work. He's made a whole lot of belts for people, and I guess he has his regular job. I mean, he can. I don't know how people afford their belts. All I do know is he makes a fabulous belt, and I can say that. A lot of people are going to the stamp stuff instead of hand tooling much anymore. That's right. They did. Yep. Just do your homemade belt. Yeah, that would be. Give it time, Mark. It will happen. Yeah, well. If there's any other groups that you want to stick down in there. But what I found is the more I looked, the more I was just getting disgusted and pissed off and irritated because there were just so many horrible groups out there that I was, said that, you need to, instead of that, go to the groups that are the good groups. So, yeah, the thing that some of the designers, yeah. So we wanted to drop what are good groups? What are some of the good groups out there that are the ones that people need to stay involved in and put on? And the one that I say that you need to be a part of is Wide World of Belts. Join that group; you'll have no issues. They have a sales post that you post on things like that. That's one of the good groups. We vet all our members. We try to keep up with everything. We don't allow people to be attacked for stupid stuff or this, that, and the other. It's all about the belt pictures. Another great group that you need to be a part of is Big Boys Belts. Another great group that is Nick's group there. He also works with X-Men's Belts. That's another one that you need to be a part of and get in. Another great group is Championship Belt Brothers. Fabulous group run by Ben and Jermaine. And forget his other name there. Sorry, I can't remember. That's a group you need to be a part of. The Inner Circle. It's a great group over there. Go join that. You won't have any problems or issues over there. They do a great job over there. Hammer is over there as well on top of that one. A great group to get all your wrestling information and news and stuff. Great. It's been around for a very long time. Love those wrestling belts. Another great group. Get on over there and join that one. It's an awesome group. Another great group you need to join and make sure that you join are Belt Masters. Another fabulous group. Has a lot of guys that are over in the UK. So if you post something, or a lot of them from overseas are in that group. Very strong group, very active group, good group over there that I recommend there too. Another good group that you're not going to have many issues in is WCW. We Collect Wrestling. Get on that. Get involved in that group as well. Let me pull up here the other ones that I wanted to show for the groups. Let me hit it here. Another great one that you want to be a part of is right here. The Wrestling Belt Club, AD Terry. Great group. A new group that is out there too. 4mm belts run by Twisted Steel. Another good group out there. Also join Northern Michigan Wrestling Society. NWO belt collecting. As you want, but this is the one that's people have had issues, had not issues. This is the one where you've got to be able to know your P's and Q's of what you're buying and selling. No boots are allowed in that group.
Official.
Yep, great group there. Another great group is Main Event Belts.
I got one right here.
Pinfall Title Belt. MW Belts. Or Belt Collectors. The Wrestling Memorabilia Club. Another good club out there. Another belt group run by Tall. Gold Standard Belt Club. The Wrestling Belt Society. Wrestling Belt Reviews. People have had a lot of good things to say about that one. Classic Championship Belts. Belt Addicts Anonymous. And X-Men's Belts. These are all groups that everybody's had positive experiences over. A lot of people do like that people, that their admin keep a hold of it. I do know there's also the Symbol of Excellence in belt collecting. You make sure that there's this one too, Championship Belt Club, and make sure you join Scammers of the Belt. Top Rope Belts is another great one to stay on and get. Another great group with the guys from the top of the border, up the border, but Canada. A lot of people don't like us right now from Canada, but
great group.
Hello, you guys up there. Great group of guys.
Let Americans in, so we're good.
Yeah. Belts of the North. Great group of guys up there. And this one too. This was interesting. Ethan, do you know about this group?
What's that one?
It's an old group we started and we were going to do it and then it just died.
Oh man, I gotta join that.
I was like, is my post from 2022 still up there? We need to bring this one back though.
Right?
Everybody go join this one. Let's get it up. Bullies of the Belt. I just love the name. It's hilarious. I thought it was great. And then there's a lot of great figures group, Wrestling Figures Anonymous, Championship Figure Brothers. Go join them as well. Just some great groups. If you have any that you'd like to recommend, put them down in the chat below, and we'll put it up here before we get out of here and move on to our next topic here. We got about 15 minutes left in the show. Here's a question. Gianni says, Ethan, off topic, of course. Where did you purchase your belt display case, and what type did you find it purchase on? Your display case behind you.
Amazon.
There you go.
Amazon, just search Championship Belt display case. It comes up. It's like $200.
Yanni's saying, what the hell is Amazon?
I knew this was going to come. That's why I didn't say anything to Ricky's post. And then he goes, that's the only one you're allowed. Yes, we are. Yeah. They never pick you for picture of the week. I wonder why. Maybe you don't post enough. He said it might be true. Mark Maggot, appreciate your membership, Ricky. There we go. Deuce Legends. Yes, he is. Mark. I'm just going to say it. Start some more stuff. Mark Maggot is a bully. He bullies this guy. He bullies people all the time. Oh, man. Keith's swinging.
Wow.
Yeah. This chat has been flying off tonight with stuff.
This is the best chat engagement I've seen, Dav, in a while.
Well, we usually have, Ethan will tell you, our chat flies off. They say whatever. I let them say whatever you want. Just no cussing, remember? That's our thing. No cussing, no vulgar thing. I have a daughter that watches them. And when I go, I mean, I want my family to be able to still watch these shows, and not my daughter to be sitting there with her, the other side of her family, and then there's a bunch of F-bombs flying off. But you leave a legacy behind, or you want something for somebody. There's a spider. They're going to be watching it when I'm gone, and I want them to enjoy it without that kind of stuff. You can have great dialogue without using a cuss word. Case in point, 20 minutes ago on the show. I've
heard you cuss. You're good at it.
Oh, well, yeah, off live. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. But to wrap up this part of it, the Facebook belt groups are good and bad. If you guys like this and you want me to do some more research and some more things to have to that, if there's other things that you'd like to talk about belt groups and what you'd like to see, what you want, some more topics and things out there, you got to drop me a line, drop me a message, hit me up, and let me know. Ethan, you want to wrap up this segment on that?
I think you killed it. I mean, you took the words right out of my mouth. And there was a spider.
What? I used the F word tonight when I ordered. That's very good, Mark. That one fell flat. Then let's move on. How about we move on to, before we get to bad comments, so I can settle down and I'll go off on these bad comments. Let's hit. Do we want to do the? What do you guys want to see? We want to do the picture of the week. How about we hit the picture? You want to do the picture of the week? I'll let her guess. What do you do? I do the hit the picture of the week. All right, roll it. Oh, okay. Sorry.
There you go.
All right. So the picture of the week. Everybody's. Hey, you just gotta post up. You gotta be active. You gotta post them on to people that's like, well, how do I get? I do choose them sometimes from Wide Roll of Belts. But get that out of there. But the main part where people they'll send me into them, and I'll tell them to post them. But post them on Instagram and on Twitter. DDK on Twitter, was X now. DDK podcast on that. So that's where I choose them from. But our picture of the week comes to us this week from Reggie Hall.
Nice hardware right
Nice.
there.
Now that's a haul. Now I normally say don't put them on the bed because I've made fun of that, but I'm not gonna make fun of it tonight because it was a haul. This is a beautiful picture. I love the way they're folded up. I love the WWF lineage here. I got the big old Hogan, the winged eagle, likes the scratch logo. Beautiful picture here from Reggie Hall. I appreciate you posting up. Fabulous picture. Ethan, what do you think?
It's just fabulous hardware. I mean, fabulous.
That Hogan looks really good right down the bottom.
Really nice.
Some nice
Nick,
stuff.
what do you think, Nick?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I love it. I love the Hogan nameplate too on the, like I have on my Undisputed there at the top. Right, it's a Hogan nameplate. Love it.
Yep.
People are petty.
Hogan and Triple H. It's got Randy Orton
in WWE.
Let's give it to him. Yeah, Reggie Hall, picture of the week.
Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray!
That's what I'm talking about. Reggie Hall, thank you for double drop kicks. Picture of the week. Hey, wanted to let everybody know we have a Saturday special coming up this Saturday. A very, very, very cool guest. I wanted to get him on here for a while. He was a big hobby guy, loved wrestling, and then he went and became a professional wrestler as well. We got Prince Brandon Butler coming on the program.
Oh, yeah!
He will be on this Saturday before... What's that pay-per-view?
Elimination Chamber?
Yeah, the elimination chamber. Be 5:30 Saturday.
Perfect.
Join me and Hammer and Ethan. You jumping in as well?
Yeah, should be there.
And we're going to interview Prince, talk about his belt hobby, love of the belt hobby, and then what made him decide to get in the ring for blood, sweat, and respect. Prince, Brandon Butler on the program for a double dropkick special episode this Saturday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you're there.
Good guy.
Very good guy. Also, another great guy, Colin from C4 Authentic Belts. Make sure you guys check out C4 Authentic Belts and C4AuthenticBelts.com. They are the ones that are partnered with Crumrine, making the only official licensed Crumrine out there. C4 Ortiz Crumrine. Big gold. Make sure you get and check out this belt. Colin on Facebook at C4 Authentic Belts. He is the owner. He's done something nobody else has done. And also check him out on C4AuthenticBelts.com. C4 Authentic Belts, taking you back to like it's 1986. Pretty cool guy. Like him a lot. He is pretty cool. I wanted to show, we had these comments that I saw on some things that I wanted to bring attention, not to be this type of person, not to be this idiot. This was on a podcast, and it was in the chat, and I'm going to call out whoever you are. That's not it.
But at least it's appropriate though.
Ethan's like, dude, what are you doing, man? What are you doing, man?
That group's blowing up now. 2 people just joined.
Did it?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Let me get the right one up there. Hey, join it, man. We need to do something with that group, dude. Go on, Ethan. Don't let me down.
We'll fix them out.
Yeah, we'll do something. We'll do something here. But these comments were on a live show. I'm not going to say where and when it was, but this was pretty pathetic and pretty disgusting steak. I don't know who this is, Mustafa Hakim, or who they was. Maybe you guys in the chats can let me know who you think this is. But these were some pretty disgusting comments.
Whoa.
He knows what he wants.
Can read there. Does anybody know who this person is?
There's better jokes. You guys can get more creative.
Yeah. Don't cuss again. Yeah. Yes. The nudes will work. Sorry, I'm on a lot of prednisone, man. Sorry. It irritated me to come out at left field like that at me.
This is very random.
Yes, those are Reggie Halls. Very funny. These comments, I think there was some notification of who somebody thought this was. I don't know who this exactly was, but I don't know who they are. I think we all know who it is, but rather I'll say his name or a 2-hour video. Okay. All right. I think those comments. Oh, okay. Mark, just let it know. But you are a disgusting person. You really have no life.
Talking about me? Oh, sorry.
Pretty crappy. And to say something about, Ben Walker and this, that, and the other, I think you're a coward. It's pretty clear that you're not from Pakistan with this. But you're too much of a coward to say something to somebody's face, to do this, to ruin somebody's show with your disgusting foul mouth. I think you're uneducated. I think you're an idiot. And I think you're what society would drivel as, a pure tea piece of. And I hope karma gets back on you as you're doing it there. But don't be this person. If anybody finds who they are, you're welcome to come on the show and tell us why you're so scared that you have to create a fake name to talk trash. I mean, it's on the keyboard, so why not do it? Any of you guys, there's thoughts or comments on this? Because I think it's pretty disgusting.
It's terrible. Nothing else you can say about it. Just terrible.
And Ben is a friend of mine. You want to talk like that? I have no problem, curb stomping you.
It's just weird. That's
Yeah.
all.
This is one of these people that have no life, that can't put the hobby where it is, that are jealous because of whatever they feel is insecure. They have no masculinity to them. They probably drink soy milk because that's play a boy. Sounds like you're transitioning as well with that type of stuff. But I found that and I thought it was pretty crappy. Wanted to put that out there. This I thought was also funny when I found it, not making fun of the person, but this was made to Pinfall Title Belts. Hey, I'm inquiring about a winged eagle. Do y'all take trade-ins? You gotta word it, man. You don't know until you ask. But I laughed and laughed when I saw this. It has a couple autographs on it. It's like he loves it, but I don't love it enough as one of yours. But I thought that was hilarious. I'm not making fun of you. I just love that you pulled the hammer back and you fired that one off. That was so awesome. It was so great. And I thought that was pretty cool. Trade-ins. That's an interesting concept. Interesting concept.
You never know.
Yeah. The other thing I found was kind of odd. This person messaged, hit up, or like in the chat for Championship Belt Brothers. It was like, hey man, how about correcting your thing, make a better version and a better graphic? And the above one, the top one, is what they made.
Hold on. I mean, the difference is stark. Bro.
Dude, I mean, it made my head hurt. I was just like,
Before and after.
Oh God! I mean, just fabulous work, dude. You need to be on. You need to be doing graphic work for WWE. It was spectacular. The grade A upkeep on this.
Put his heart into it. It took him a while.
Yeah. He says they didn't, but well, good. I hope they was banned, and I hope you called him out. What is transitioning? I'm not going to get into that. Trading's comment. Right? It was one of those where you're sitting on the couch, and a spontaneous laugh when you fart at the same time. It's like, that's where it got you right in the right. It's like, oh, it was one of those, man, Mike. It was just funny. Gianni, get him, Gianni.
Oh yeah!
Ethan, you having flashbacks from Angry Gianni?
Yeah.
I'm trying to steer clear right now. I'm back in running.
It's coming over to get you. Yeah, I think he beat you up, didn't he?
He did.
I'll trade my milk. Oh, that's funny. Hold on, let me get my glass. Shut up, Mark. I did the best I could with my graphic. Oh, I think he's talking about. See, I'm just edgy on President. I think he's talking about seeing the difference. My bad, Mark. I'm just on edge today, man.
I'm going to jump off the Spencer meter early. Bathroom Fairy's calling really bad.
All right, I'll see. We're just going to, Nick will close out the show with me here. I'm going to do the DD Belk K-Bar. Ethan had to go doo-doo, so we'll let him go doo-doo with his doo-doo. We're going to show... Yeah. What's the problem? Boy, these two in the comments are. I need to put them on a show.
Yeah,
you two need to be just on a show by yourself, and I'm gonna watch you go at it. But let's have a couple of belts for sale here. Why don't we head on over to the DD Belt K-Bar? We got some stuff for sale that we are going to post up here. Let me get Dingleberry's comment off of there. We've got Eric Conradson. He says he's got a Fandu Big Gold Dew plates, 300 plus shipping, excellent condition, 8mm thick plates, Ric Flair nameplate, smoke and pet free home. More pictures and video are available. Eric is a great guy. He is a good member of the Belt Hobby. He is Berg Blog on YouTube. He does a lot of good Belt reviews. We had an interview with him last month. Go check that interview out. We had a really cool time with him. He's got that belt available for sale. I think he just got a shop in. Might be why he's moving that. But he had a new belt day, so congratulations to him for having a brand new belt day. We've also got from Jordan Bosco. He's got a Corey King WWF tag on real leather done by himself. It's in leather. Props of Thunder. He says, strap was done a year before I got the plates, received from Kevin Rhodes in a trade, finished edges, brass snaps, includes one of the belt tips from HA Belts, can be installed before shipping or shipped separately if you're interested in doing it just for the leather. Wow. He's looking slashed that price for the DDK, $1,100 in the US only. Was asking $1,350, but Jordan's now on the double drop kick. Belt bar, Corey King, WWF tag, Unreal American leather.
Tough one to get.
Here we go. Hit him up for that belt. Corey King, yeah, some of his stuff was good, and people know about Corey King. So we've got Mike here with an HD H6 by Jakku. Not too familiar with it. I've seen this name, but with my head, I can't remember a Naker from yesterday to today. That one there with a Hogan 86 there for $300. He's also got a CNC Winged Eagle there for $300. Jakku. Please do your research on these people. I'm going to do it with everybody, whether I know them or not. Ask around, ask for references, do what you need to do. Nobody will legitimately will care if you ask for somebody on references, even if you buy from me. Ask for references. That's what you need to do.
I'll do a reference for Mike. Bought my NWA US tag from Mike. Still have it.
There you go. There you go. So you've got a vouch for him there. And there's Jordan on there and Eric, and I know Eric there, good guy as well. But also to people, I want you to get used to this. Even when you're selling, make sure that you ask them who they want to use. If you don't use different people, or if it's different, it says, hey, if I got to use UPS over United States Postal Service, it'll go up. Be forth or front. If it's shipped, then it's shipped. And, give them the option who they want to use, but also ask, do you want insurance? Then if there's any problems or something this, that, and the other, you're out on the forefront with the person saying, I offered them insurance. They didn't want it. I offered them who they wanted me to ship through, if they wanted to pay a little extra for this, or if they wanted this, that, and the other. Now, if it's included in shipping, then you tell the person, hey, included in shipping is me using United States Postal Service 2-day priority or 2 to 3 day priority, or it's UPS ground. And then offer them, if the person wants to upgrade, then they'll ask. If they don't, they decline everything, then they can't get mad on the time frame. They can't get mad if UPS messed up the belt or United States Postal Service messed up the belt because they declined insurance. If you do these practices, you'll be in the home run, this, that, and the other. Also, I also recommend when I seal up a belt, I use not only clear tape, but I'll use even a painter's tape or, duct tape, and I'll sign over top of the duct tape and make sure it's on the tape and onto the box, because I've had people before will try to open it and then reseal it. And I'm like, wait a minute, my tape's not there with my signature. You've taken that off and tried to open up. I had that happen years and years and years ago. And the person dropped off the planet and was like, nope, you caught me. I do that on the top and bottoms of my belts, sign it so that you can always say, nope, that belt's been opened and then resealed. Do the smart things so that you don't have those issues. Yes, Ethan's taking the Browns to the Super Bowl. Eric says, buy his belt. Great guy to buy from. You'll have zero issues with him. Yes. And yes, Mark Magger still has his Premier DG for sale. Mark should have sent me his stuff and we could have put him on the DDK Pub Bar. Johnny, I shipped you something today.
That's my alter ego. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I don't know who that is either. Yep. There you go. Platinum, hope you're doing good. I know you're still missing your pet. We still love you, still thinking about you, still saying a prayer for you. Let Platinum know he's doing good. And then I have just real quick this stuff with this scammer that I wanted to go over with you with the scammer alert. We had this person has had several issues now with doing some things with he's had some issues in Belt Masters that he tried to scam somebody in Belt Masters. He also played around with a bunch of people in their comments, trying to fish around to where he could kind of scam them. But even a Beltman at admin and Belt Masters said you need to be watch out for this person here. So stay away from this individual if you see him selling belts or doing anything like that. He has some issues going on, and let all the belt groups know that he's doing some things. But this is a person that I've now been warned twice on, so you need to have some watch outs and let people know to stay away, because now I've had 3 people message me on this individual that's had this problem with him. So stay away from that individual until they get whatever they've got going on straight. But Nick, I appreciate you staying on with me, man, and coming on. And hopefully, we'll. What are you doing Saturday? You watching the big pay-per-view?
Saturday is my wife's birthday.
Oh, so you'll be going out?
So no, we will be watching the pay-per-view. No. She is born on February 29th, so there is no February 29th. So I can say no. You don't have a real birthday. I don't know.
Oh,
leap year.
I got you.
So,
I got you.
Saturday's the 28th, right? Or March 1st? No, Saturday's March 1st. But yeah,
March
we'll be going. I'll try to watch the show before we go out.
Hey, we'll have a great show, and I appreciate you coming on and hanging with us, and then tell us about what you just made an announcement about X-Men's belts. You and Chris had an announcement, or Chris was on a live and he made an announcement. What was that about?
Yeah, we're just adding like a cash option. So if you don't want a belt, you can get some money instead if you win the raffle. Just for people who are like, you know what, I like the group. I really have enough belts or something. You can just say I want some money, and we'll do that. We'll give you cash. So another way to do a raffle. So not a major thing, but some people are asking for it. They do it in some figure groups. So what the heck?
Cool beans.
Yeah. Thanks for having me,
you, buddy. Thanks so much for coming on, and come on anytime you want, man. Have a good one, buddy.
Take care.
Nick from Big Boys Belts. So we've had a good time tonight. We had a fun talking this topic. I think there'll be some big changes coming. I hope so. I hope it needs to be partly privatized. I think the government doesn't know how to run anything. They need to get out of that, because $6 billion loss a year last year. $6 billion last year. That's crazy. Yeah, you were doing that. Mark, can you send me that thing, because I don't know what I did with it. Mark, if you're still watching your promo, I do not know what I did with it. I wanted people to show that to who's coming on the show. Just sent you a message right now, Max. If you could send me that promo, the shorter one that I did with the 16-second music or whatever, that one. They've got a great guest coming on, and y'all need to make sure that you're all tuned in this Thursday to be involved in it, show this person some love, and being part of it. We don't say pay-per-view, we say platinum premiere live event. Okay, I'm still in the old school. Yeah. My kid is leap year. Oh, okay. I wonder if was 1976 a leap year? That's when I was born. Okay. He has sent it to me. This on Spanning the Globe podcast coming up this Thursday night, 8 p.m. You're not going to want to miss it. They have a great guest. The daughter of a Dynamite Kid is coming on to have another great time with them. So make sure that you want to check this out, because she will be on with these guys this Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Dynamite Dog, S.B. Billington, live Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern on Snuggle Podcast. Check it out on the Wide World of Belts YouTube page and Facebook. Live, Dynamite Dog. It's gonna be awesome. Gonna be cool. So check them out this Thursday night. Check it out. Ask all your questions. Be involved. Support the podcast. Make sure you subscribe to them, because they are going to do a belt giveaway once they get to 500. That's going to be awesome and cool. It'll be very, very cool once they get there, and to give away a belt, because I'm going to rig it and get it. Mark just doesn't know it yet, but I'll put him on some mind control. Brought to me by King Coley. Check out King Coley. Good guy. Talk to me, baby, if you're watching. Good guy. Hope you're doing well. Bye. Take care, guys.